Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
First Man is written by Josh Singer and directed by Damien Chazelle. Kind of an interesting pairing because in 2016, Josh Singer won Best Screenplay for Spotlight, I believe. In 2017, Damien Chazelle won for La La Land. Kind of cool, kind of pairing. First Man tells the Apollo 11 story about Neil Armstrong basically going to the moon, played by Ryan Gosling, his wife played by Claire Foy, and it basically tells like all the years leading up to the eventual Apollo 11 mission all the way to the moon. Ryan Gosling gives a really, really powerful Oscar performance, in my opinion. Neil Armstrong's a very complex character, and we see that through his performance, to where he is almost this kind of closed off kind of person, but he's also very brilliant, and it's a really great performance that Ryan Gosling is able to bring in throughout this movie. He has great drama scenes and great moments in the spaceship. We'll talk about those later. We have a great supporting cast from everybody from Corey Stoll, Kyle Chandler, who is literally like the best sixth man in every movie. He's literally the sixth man in every movie. Olivia Hamilton's really good as Jason Clarke's wife throughout this movie. Justin Hurwitz, I believe that's how you say his name, returns to compose for Damien Chazelle for the third time. You know, it's Damien Chazelle's third movie. He does the score for this movie. I love Whiplash's score. I love La La Land's score. This one is good, but it's not great. It's a very decent score. He does, for a movie that I thought should have been bigger, it's like the biggest of all Damien Chazelle's movies. I thought this would have been more of a grandiose, more of a punch kind of score, but you know, it's not a bad score. I think it's really good. The lighting in this movie is also really good. Damien and his team aren't afraid to kind of use darkness and shadows a lot, which I don't know why, but it was really, really cool to me, and they use it throughout this whole film. But let's get to the standouts of this movie. We'll start with the editing. The editing in this movie is fantastic. There are many scenes that are kind of difficult to convey, especially in these spaceship scenes where Neil or whoever goes into space, that are kind of confusing, kind of, you know, you have to kind of keep up with a lot of things. Or maybe he is training to go into space, to where you could easily get lost as an audience member, but the editing is so seamless, and there's just some times that I don't know how I was able to keep up with how frantic and how I don't know anything about, you know, controlling a spaceship, especially in the 60s, and the editing somehow still finds a way to keep you engaged and like, okay, we have you, like it doesn't ever lose you, especially in moments when everything is going wrong and things are just happening. You are still able to know exactly what is going on. Damien Chazelle himself also shows why, in my opinion, he's a top 5 director working right now. He has to bring out very dramatic performances from Ryan Gosling and co, and there are lots of action-packed moments, and they're very tense moments. There's a lot of small moments, and bringing all the little elements throughout this movie together, he did a phenomenal job, just like I expected. But let's get to the cinematography. Oh my days, this dude Linus Sandgren, I don't know if he's done cinematography work for Damien Chazelle before, but geez Louise, he bodied this. This movie's kind of shot in a very up close and personal, almost, I mean, not really telephoto. There are some nice little telephoto shots that they use, but it's very up close and personal. And there's also kind of a sprinkle of the documentary style that you'll see with the Paul Greengrass and the Catherine Bigelow type movies. But since the spaceships that are taken into space are kind of compact, it kind of fits with the whole movie, to where this movie shot in such a close, intimate space, to where when you're in those spaceships in the sky, everything is really in those moments. Even when everything is going wrong and you're supposed to be like seen from the outside, you don't see it from the outside. You just know things are going on because it's so intimate in there, and things are shaking, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Things have to be flipped. I remember there's a scene in about the second act that was so intense, I literally said, oh my god. And that was also a help to the editing, with how intimate and how everything feels. But the single best part of this whole movie is Claire Foy. I have never watched The Crown. I've always heard about it, never watched it. I may start watching it. This woman is phenomenal in this movie. It's hard because I love Toni Collette in Hereditary, but she bodies this movie. She is so strong. And oh my gosh, like, you would think like Ryan Gosling, of all people, who is an A-list actor, you know, would just be like the standout. No, Claire Foy says, that's cool. While I'm also in this movie, she has a very great performance as Neil Armstrong's wife, Jen. She has a really tough job of trying to portray this wife that may lose her husband to what he loves, but also as a wife, she has to support him to do exactly what he loves. It's just, oh my gosh, she has to control all the emotional weight of the family also, because Neil's still dealing with some things from the past, and I don't know. Right now, she may be the front runner in Best Picture. I haven't seen The Destroyer or, all of those, but phenomenal in this movie. My only flaw with this movie, it's very small, it's not that big, but you kind of pick up on it, at least for me. And this movie kind of doesn't feel like a 10 anyways. It's very close, but it doesn't feel like the 10. And this would be my only flaw was, while this is a movie centered around Neil Armstrong, it is still a movie detailing the events of the Apollo 11 story and all things that happened, and pretty much the important parts of it. A very big part of it was the space race with the Soviets. It's mentioned, I believe, two or three times, and that's only like in the first half. That's the second half you forget about this, and it kind of feels like that was put to the wayside, and that was a very, very important part of the whole thing, and it really would have been dope if they emphasized that a little bit more, because that could have showed the urgency of this whole thing. But all in all, I mean, Damien Chazelle, 3 for 3. Jeez Louise. It's crazy how this would be his worst movie, and this movie's still phenomenal. Claire Foy, Ryan Gosling, phenomenal. I love the supporting cast throughout this whole movie. Oh my gosh, I'm still thinking about there's just some things I saw that were just amazing. It'll get under your skin. It is patriotic. It's a feel-good movie. Great, good score, phenomenal cinematography and editing. I'm gonna be thinking about this movie for forever. I'm going to give First Man a 9.5. Now, I'm not gonna say I told y'all this movie was gonna be great, but I kind of told y'all since January. I remember when I did my most anticipated at the beginning of the year. I kind of said, hey, look out for this movie, First Man. I know nothing about it. There's Damien Chazelle and Ryan Gosling are in it. So hopefully we get more of these. I had to be back. It's Oscar season. It's the best season. All right. Summer sucks now, actually. Like, nowadays, summer season sucks. Oscar season's always amazing. I'll go see A Star Is Born. I may see it tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling. I missed my screening for it. Actually, there's actually a screening right now that I'm missing to record this video. I didn't want to drive all the way there. I'll see Mid-90s next week. I missed my screening for Bad Times at El Royale because of First Man. I have a lot of screenings coming up. So yeah, I'll be here. It's Oscar season, baby. Let me know what other movies you guys want me to review. I can't wait for Ben is back. You guys let me know. Should I do a most anticipated for the rest of the year? Because there's so many movies coming out, like The Front Runner, Suspiria, If Beale Street Can Talk, which was already on my top 10 list. Let me know if I should do a video like that, alright? I'll see you guys later. I am here. Had to throw it back for a good old movie. I had to put the little hood on, yellow hoodie on. I'll see you guys later.